So you're stuck at home in quarantine and want to learn how to play poker online with your friends? Well, you've come to the right place. This is how to play poker virtually. I've tested a bunch of different websites and apps, and this one is by far my favorite, and it's available in the App Store. It's called Pokerrr with 4 R's, a space, and then the number 2. What I like about this app is that it allows up to 9 players to come and go as they please, and it tracks how much money everyone buys in for, so if you want to play for real money, you don't have to worry about doing math. And at the end of the night, when it's time to cash out, you can just send money through Venmo. You do have to pay what they call gold in the app to keep a table running, but quite honestly, it's really inexpensive, and they give you a bunch of it for free when you first sign up. When you open the app, this is what you'll see. You could play games with other people online, or host a game. This is what you want to do if you're trying to host a friend's game. Here you'll see all the options you have for different types of games. You could play the most common No Limit Hold'em, or Pot Limit Omaha. There's also Round of Each, which alternates between those two games after every 9 hands. For this example, we'll set up a game of No Limit Hold'em. Now it allows you to customize your game. You can choose to work in pennies or dollars, depending on how big of a game you want to play. So in this case, we'll say that the big blind is going to be $2. You could just tap there to change it if you wanted. We could make it 50 cents for big blind, for example. You could add an ante if you want to. You can create a buy-in range that you allow people to buy in for. How long you want the game to run for. How long you want each player to have in between turns. So in this case, it's 30 seconds. If they don't do anything, it'll automatically either check or fold them. Buy-in confirmations is nice. If you're going to track this for real money, if you're running the table, you'll be able to control how much each person buys in for, and it will track it for you, so at the end of the night, you can true up with all the money. Then there are a whole bunch of other options, like allowing tips, privacy of records, viewer mute. You'd only use this if you're going to actually use the app to talk to your friends, although in this situation, I suggest using another platform like Zoom or Teams for the video conference side of things, and then you play the game on the app, so it's in 2 separate places. Now I'll click Host to begin the game. It's going to build a table, and a couple of things happen here. I'll take this game code and type it into the chat on whatever video conferencing software I'm using, and that way the other players can join this game by using that code. And when they get here, they'll choose whatever seat they want to sit at. So let's say we want to sit here. I can choose how much money I want to buy in for. So let's say $20. And then there I am sitting at the table waiting for other players. When another player joins the table and buys in, you'll see a confirmation pop up on your screen because you're hosting the game. You'll have to open that up and allow them to buy the chips. Now the other person is sitting at the table and the game can start. What's nice about this app is it allows up to 9 players at a table, and they can come and go during the game. You don't have to start a new game every time somebody joins or leaves. So now we'll start the game. So I'm sitting in the big blind and the other person calls, and I have the option to raise or check, and you check by double tapping, just like in a real game. Now in this case, obviously I'd want to bet, so I could bet what they predetermined here for me, or I can go to 25% of the pot, 50% of the pot, or I can roll this up to bet a different amount. So I'll bet $1.50. I'll slide the chip in to tell them I'm betting. Now as the game continues, it keeps track of how much money each person has won or lost. So at the end of the night, it's very easy to true up with the money. And that's how to play poker virtually with friends.